webinar today. My name is James Tillmore, National Marketing Manager with Medicare Advantage Specialist and MAS Insurance and Marketing. I have a little bit difficulty with our slides this morning. Hold on just one second. Okay, about MAS, we're a nationally recognized award-winning field marketing organization, an FMO, and a leader in the insurance brokerage industry. Our office is headquartered in beautiful Hoover, Alabama, and for those of you on the call that have no idea where Hoover, Alabama is, it's just outside of Birmingham. Today we'll be focusing on how to increase sales by utilizing your current client base. Think about this. At MAS, we are sharing ideas about how to put our focus on becoming a portfolio-minded agent. And if you've ever attended one of our webinars, you get this. If you're new to one of our webinars, we want you to get it. So to become a portfolio-minded agent is very crucial for you, and here's why. We're going to actually share some ideas on how you can, in all aspects of your business, whether you're selling Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, or both, indemnity and ancillary products like cancer policies, critical illness, or hospital indemnity plans, or by offering life insurance such as final expense policies. But the bottom line, guys, is this: by increasing the number of products you offer, you can guarantee an increase in sales and client retention. And those two things go hand in hand. We want to help you at least take the blinders off a minute, be open-minded, and become that portfolio-minded agent that actually goes in and takes care of your client on every aspect. Today is going to be a great opportunity for you. We're joined by Dimitri Simos. Not only is Dimitri a personal friend of ours and a colleague, but he has been a tremendous support to our organization over the years, assisting us with GTL's Advantage Plus plans as well as GTL's other products. He's going to go over the Advantage Plus plan with us today. And for those of you who have already been writing the Advantage Plus plan, don't duck out right now. Pay special attention because there's been some exciting changes that's taken place with this plan. Dimitri's going to go over those changes. They're all positive. They're all exciting. So he'll go over those in just a moment. So it makes the plan even better and even makes more sense. So with that being said, allow me to introduce Dimitri with GTL. And Dimitri, we're going to change it over to you now, and it's all yours.
Great. Thanks, James. And welcome, everybody. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. And so just give me a moment here so that this way I can switch over to my slides, and then we should be able to get going here. I believe everyone should be seeing what I have up on the screen that which has my name on it. So again, as James said, my name is Dimitri Simos. I'm the sales manager here at GTL. I've been with GTL for over 11 years now, and it's been a great opportunity, for me personally, but also, it's been a great experience from a company perspective. And with that being said, let's talk a little bit about GTL. GTL was founded in 1936 by Richard S. Holson, and currently we're being led by the third generation of Holsons. And we're located in Glenview, Illinois. Just like probably Hoover, but Glenview, nobody really knows where that's at, but it's just outside of Chicago, just north of the city. And we've been in Glenview now since 1982, and prior to that down in Chicago. So we've only been in two places throughout our lifetime. And we are a mutual insurance company, and we are licensed in 49 states. The Advantage Plus product, as you'll see when we get into the product approval side, is going to be in the majority of those 49 states. So next year in 2016, we'll be celebrating 80 years of being in business as a mutual company. We're very excited and proud of that. This past spring, we were very pleased that AM Best provided us with a rating upgrade to a B++ rating. And over the next couple of years here, we're looking forward to them taking us up to the A rating where we should belong anyways. All right, so for those of you that have written with GTL in the past, maybe been on a GTL trip, we have a convention qualifier going on right now to the Fairmont Princess in Scottsdale, Arizona. The trip would take place in 2016 from March 16th to the 20th. Right here is the qualification screen to tell you how many points you'll need to qualify as a writing agent to to come to Scottsdale with us. We'd love to have you there. For the points are based on annual premium dollars. So for every dollar that is being paid in by the client, you're going to earn 1.5 points for every dollar. So it's going to be, especially right now during AP, there's a lot of opportunity there to be able to get qualification to come to Scottsdale with us, and I would look forward to seeing you there. So with that being said, let's talk a little about Advantage Plus. But before we get into the Advantage Plus of today, let's kind of go back a little bit in history, kind of give you an idea of where Advantage Plus really stemmed from. We developed the product with the support of our field marketers back in 2005. We took a look at what was going on in the marketplace, and we've all kind of decided that we needed to come up with a hospital indemnity plan to help folks with their out-of-pocket exposure. So we've had the product in place since '05, and we've been the leader in terms of getting the plan into market, but we've also been a leader in terms of being innovative and offering various plan options to help what the clients need. And thus far, I could tell you that everything is running great. You have no worries whatsoever from your client's perspective. Everyone's doing great with the plan, and everyone's really happy with it. So now you're probably wondering who in the how is going to sell the hospital indemnity plan. Well, probably the easiest way to do it is let's talk about what their issue age of the product is. It's age 40 to age 85. So if you've got a client that's between that age band, they can, that's at least someone to consider to offer our hospital indemnity plan. But more importantly, being that 'tis the season that we're in, is that you want to talk about it with your Medicare Advantage clients, because on the scope of appointment form that you have on your Medicare Advantage, you have a hospital indemnity that you have to check off. As long as you check off the hospital indemnity along with the Medicare Advantage, you can talk about it at the same time with your client. Now you're probably wondering, how can I do this? Well, a lot of the folks that are successful with the hospital indemnity plan product, what they do is when they come across the copays that are important copays that will help clients reach their maximum out of pocket, they'll tell their client, well, don't worry about this copay. I'll talk to you about another plan that can help you take care of that. And once we're done with this help, we're talking about the Medicare Advantage, because you don't want to get into the product, talk about two products at once, but you just want to let them know that you're going to want to talk about a second plan. So this way now, by letting them know that you're talking about a second plan, they understand, and also by acknowledging on the scope that you're going to have a discussion about two plans, they're going to be ready to hear two opportunities for them to be able to get their health coverage taken care of. So that's another way. Quite honestly, guys, I would tell you, be an artist. Be creative as you need for your clients. Not everybody is the same. So, if you go in with the mindset that every client needs the exact same thing, you're going to miss out on some opportunities. So just be creative. Take a look at it, talk with your clients, see what they want. Let them choose what exact benefits they may want. There's no right or wrong answer with offering the additional coverage of the hospital indemnity plan. It works well with med subs, MAs, major med, or group plans. So getting into the meat and potatoes of the plan here, the Advantage Plus has a base benefit. The base plan is a daily hospital indemnity benefit. And for those of you that have written Guarantee Trust in the past, you'll notice that there's a couple of new additions there. But yes, we did add a 3- and 6-day benefit period. If you look at a 3-day benefit period, you'll see that the minimum daily benefit amount that can be chosen is at $350 to a maximum of $600. The 6-day benefit period, the minimum is $250 to a maximum of $600. And then the 10 and 21-day benefit period is the same as it always has been. It's $100 to $600. Now keep in mind, you can choose these benefits in $10 increments. So what the important, also real important piece of this whole puzzle is that you've got to understand the restoration of the benefit periods. That's very important because the clients are going to need that at some point. So always the biggest thing to keep in mind here is that if your client is out of the hospital for 61 days or longer, that will restore their benefit period. Doesn't matter if the client only used 1 day or 7 days or all the benefit period days. it restores at 61 days or longer out of the hospital. Now, part of the base plan is also some additional benefits which are included, which is an emergency room benefit, which the insured can get $150 for emergency room expenses if admitted within 24 hours due to an accident. Or they can also have a mental health benefit, which provides them $175 per day for up to 7 days if confined to a mental health facility. Now, we wouldn't be talking about insurance if we didn't have any riders. So the riders that are available with the Advantage Plus program here is an ambulance rider, which is $200 per trip, payable 4 times per year with a lifetime maximum of $2,500. Now, one of the key features about our ambulance rider is that we do not require a confinement in a hospital for a benefit to be paid out to the client, unlike our competition does. So the no confinement is a really nice feature for the ambulance rider. Now, keep in mind the way that so what that would mean is that if your client was at home, they got hurt, they took an ambulance to the hospital, they went in the emergency room, and then they got released a couple hours later, that's a payable event. So that's a real nice benefit for your clients, and it's going to help them with some of their co-pays that they have on the MA side. We do have a lump sum cancer rider. It goes from $2,500 to $20,000 of benefit. I'll get in more detail about the cancer benefit in a moment. Also offer a skilled nursing rider. The benefit is from days 1 through 50. They can choose from $100, $150, or $200 of daily benefit for a skilled nursing facility. Now, the trigger to get access to the skilled nursing rider is the same as it is for Medicare. If the client is confined in a hospital for 3 days and then admitted to a skilled nursing facility within 30 days. Now, we also offer a lump sum hospital rider, which provides a benefit for day 1 of being confined in a hospital. That's $250, $500, or $750. Quite honestly, we don't really see a lot of that rider being offered these days. Probably in the early days of the hospital indemnity plan back in 06, 07, when the co-pays were a lot higher in day 1, and then very minimal after that. We saw a lot more of the hospital rider. But again, to be creative, to allow you to take care of your needs of your client, it could be a potential possibility to use. Also, we have an outpatient surgery rider. The benefit that you can get for that is $250, $500, $750, or $1,000. The outpatient surgery rider is based on 2 times per year payout. It's a calendar year. So if your client, for somehow, some way, is having outpatient surgeries performed twice per year, every year, then they're going to get this benefit amount paid out twice per year for every year that they're doing outpatient surgeries. Now, one of the important things that you want to make sure that you do, check with is because states are going to be different in terms of what they approve from a product perspective. Just make sure that you take a look at the state-specific forms to make sure that you have the appropriate riders and which rider is going to be applicable for your particular state. And always remember, make sure you always use the state-appropriate forms because even if they're neighboring states, don't assume that they're going to have the same forms. I can tell you that, for example, North Carolina, South Carolina, neighboring states, they have much different forms to use. So make sure you're just using the exact correct forms there. But before we get into the rest of the presentation, I want to point out one thing here. I'm sure many of you have worked with your clients and have heard about this observation coding that is happening a lot more these days. And with the Advantage Plus program, observation coding is not a problem because we treat observation status or coding from the hospital the same as a confinement. As long as a client is hospitalized for 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, a 24-hour period, even if it's observation or not, or confinement, it's going to be treated as a daily benefit, full payout. A lot of most of our competitors out there are going to give you reduced benefits or not pay at all. So by paying a full benefit on observation, makes a lot of sense to us. It makes a lot of sense to your clients. It will make a lot of sense to you because obviously you're going to want to keep have happy clients. So keep in mind when you're doing when you do talk to your clients, let them know that observation is paid for each 24-hour period that they're in. Just as so that you want to know here, the record that we've seen so far in our claims area has been 5 days of somebody being coded for observation in a hospital. So so that client was very happy when they submitted a claim and got paid their benefit. So what's new for 2015 with the Advantage Plus? We've added a short duration hospital stay benefit. This is a great rider that we added because, like I mentioned, we've been doing this since 2005, and we've been able to do some data mining, and we've noticed there's been some trend that folks are going to be admitted to the hospital, but they may get discharged prior to that 24-hour period. And so with them being discharged prior to the 24-hour period, they weren't able to receive a benefit for being in the hospital. So the short duration stay benefit was created to help those folks. So what that means for those clients is that if someone is under observation or admitted in the hospital for 12 to 24 hours, they're going to get a daily benefit amount paid for them for being in the hospital for that time, in that time frame. Now, on the 3 and 6 day benefit period, the short duration benefit is going to be automatically included in the rates. So there's nothing additional you will need to do. But if you're offering your client a 10 or 21 day benefit period, we added that as a rider to the 10 and 21 day benefit period. And the reason why we added that as a rider on the 10 and 21 day benefit period is that because we realized many folks have been, over the years, been writing a 10 and 21 day benefit period, and we wanted to give you the opportunity to be able to go back to your client as you're doing your reviews, or if you wanted to add additional benefits, to be able to add this onto their coverage as to their original coverage. Thus why the 10 and 21 day benefit period it is as a rider. Now the lump sum cancer rider, as I mentioned, will be we can offer $2,500 to $20,000 of benefit. Now we provided two options with this lump sum cancer rider. The first option is that the client can get a lump sum amount, and then once they get the lump sum amount, the rider terminates. Or they can get the lump sum amount, and then after the lump sum amount is payable to the client, the rider still stays in force. So that's what it would mean with optional recurrence benefit. So when you look at the rates, you're going to see the standard lump sum cancer or lump sum cancer with recurrence benefit. So with recurrence benefit policy, the rider will stay in force, for a much longer period of time, or it will, or if without it, it will not. Now both plans don't matter if you're talking about just plain lump sum or with recurrence benefit. They both are going to include 25% benefit for cancer in situ. And if you're not familiar with what cancer in situ is a localized cancer that has not spread to the surrounding tissues. That's a one-time lifetime benefit payout there. And also you'll notice that there's a $500 payment for basal cell squamous cell skin carcinoma. That's a one-time per year benefit payout for the client with a 3-time maximum over the life of the cancer rider. Great benefit, something you don't really see on cancer plans in general, so I think it's a great benefit that we added on there, for the clients for the upcoming 2015 Advantage Plus product. And also, you'll notice in here there's dental vision rider that's available. Annual benefit up to $400, $800, or $1,200 of annual benefit for dental vision. And I will get into more detail about the dental vision here in a moment also. So let's talk a little about cancer here. If anyone's ever heard my presentations before, you'll know that I'm a big proponent of offering cancer coverage to clients. And the reason why I'm such a big proponent of it is that because 50% of men and 32% of women will be diagnosed with some form of cancer during their lifetime. Now that's not something you're going to want to approach your client with first off when you're talking to them, but this is something just for you and I to kind of put in the heart to understand why cancer is so important for, to offer that to our clients when we're talking about Advantage Plus or even Medicare supplements or whatever, any other kind of health insurance plan. But from a Medicare Advantage perspective, I want to kind of run through an example here that if I were to take a look at it, offering a cancer protection for my client, if I was living in an ideal world, I would want to offer them a $10,000 cancer benefit. And the reason why I want to do that, want to look at cancer, is because on the MA plans, the radiation chemotherapy is a 20% copay, which gets applied to the maximum out of pocket. So I'm going to make an assumption that $5,000 is the average MOOP that the Medicare Advantage plans have. So if I were to get diagnosed with cancer later on in a given year, so let's say I get diagnosed here in October with cancer, and then by the time I get through some of my initial tests and so forth, and then I start my radiation chemotherapy, I know that radiation chemotherapy is super, super, super expensive. And I'm probably going to hit my 20% copay up to my max out of pocket. So I'm going to need to pay my $5,000 for 2015 automatically. I know that. But my radiation chemotherapy copay isn't going to stop at 2015. It's probably going to go into 2016, into a couple months into 2016 or so. So I know that January 1st, my copay for my MA is going to reset. So that means I'm going to have to come up with another $5,000 to take care of that copay for 2016. So by offering the client a $10,000 benefit would definitely help them take care of that situation right there. But also, if your MA plan has networks that they're part of, if you take a look at that radiation chemotherapy copay, if the client goes out of network for the radiation chemotherapy, they have a $10,000 copay. It's a flat number. So by offering a $10,000 benefit, you're going to be able to take care of the out-of-network copay and also be able to take care of the radiation chemotherapy in network if they were to happen to cross over the January 1st date. For $29.75 a month for $10,000 of benefit, I think it's a very inexpensive premium to get such a great benefit out of it for the clients. Kind of take a look at the math on this. If I were to take $29.75 a month, put it into a savings account, it would take me over 30 years to equal $10,000. So the premium is really, really well worth it. Now, I mentioned earlier that, the statistic that I mentioned, 50% of men, 33% of women will get diagnosed. That's not something you're going to want to bring up to start the conversation about cancer. Maybe you might want to start the conversation with, ask about their family history, if they have anybody in their family that's been diagnosed with cancer, or if they have any friends or any friends that have been diagnosed with cancer. I'm sure everybody knows somebody that's been diagnosed with cancer and can really relate to have that conversation start. Now, I mentioned earlier that with the cancer plan, there's a recurrence benefit. So I'm going to use the $10,000 as a $10,000 cancer amount to kind of demonstrate how the recurrence benefit would work. So if I got diagnosed with cancer, I'm going to receive a check from GTL for $10,000. Now, what's going to happen is after I get treated for cancer, I'm going to go into what they call remission once the cancer is cleared up. That's when my that's when my clock starts. So if I were in remission for over 5 years and got diagnosed again with cancer, I'm going to have access to 100% of my original benefits. I'll have access to that full $10,000 again. But if I was diagnosed with cancer in the 4th year of remission, I only have 50% of my original benefit. If it was between years 2 and 3, it'd be 25% of my original benefit, and then if it was 1 year in remission, I got diagnosed, it'd be 10%. So let's assume after 5 years of remission, I got diagnosed again with cancer. So guess what I get from GTL again? I get another $10,000. Now the nice thing about this is that, there's nothing nice about it, but what's the positive about it is that it doesn't matter if it's the same cancer or if it's a different type of cancer. As long as it's a covered cancer, they got no issues whatsoever. They'll be able to get their full benefits. All right, so I'm sure with the dental vision, let's take a look at what that looks like here. The annual benefit options, as I mentioned, was $400, $800, or $1,200. The way that the dental vision rider is going to work is that in the first year, 80% of actual charges up to 50% of the maximum benefit level that was chosen is payable in the first year. Now keep in mind, there's a couple of things we've got to take a look at here. Keep in mind, we don't have a network with our dental vision. So it's going to be actual charges that was charged by the dentist that the client's going to have 80% protection, get reimbursement for. But in the first year, it's going to be up to 50% of the $400, $800, or $1,200 that's payable in the first year. So for example, if I had an $800 annual benefit, but I had a $1,000 dentist bill, the most that I'd be able to get out of the plan in the first year would be $400. Now in the second year, going forward, it's 80% of actual charges up to the 100% of the maximum benefit level. Now, many other dental plans out there, they start off with 60, and then year 2 they go up at 70, and then they eventually might get to 80. So by starting off at 80% and being of actual charges, don't have to worry about networks, think this is a very competitive and very viable plan for your clients. Now, there is an annual calendar year deductible of $100, which would not be applicable to preventative services. Now, dental vision rider, 3-month waiting period. Now, this is a preventative services section. So after a 3-month waiting period, if your client went in for teeth cleaning, they would be able to get up to $75 for that one teeth cleaning. Or if they went in for a basic eye exam or refraction, they'd be able to get $50 for that. Now, after a 6-month waiting period, and this is when the $100 deductible would start becoming applicable. That's hard to say, easy to say, I guess. Benefit periods would be for fillings or root canals up to a rider maximum, and you can also have $200 for prescription eyewear or contacts. So again, a $100 deductible would be applied to this. Now, after 12 months, the client would be able to get benefits for bridges, crowns, dentures, dental surgeries. Now, the only exception to the 12-month waiting period is that if a client already has bridges or dentures that need to be repaired or replaced due to an injury, we'll waive the 12-month period in that circumstance. Now, I'm a visual guy. I kind of like to see where the product is available. So, so the states that are in green, we'll have the new riders available in those states. We're getting state approvals. It seems every other week we're getting new state approvals. So we'll be introducing some new state approvals here probably in the next couple of weeks again. But if your state's blue or yellow, and it's going to be turning green here shortly, we're just working real hard at working with the Department of Insurances to make that happen. All right, so that's the product part of it. Now, from an underwriting perspective, this is probably what makes it real easy for you as an agent, is that it's a simplified issue policy. So the client needs to answer no to the health questions to get the policy issued. So it's a simple yes/no application. We don't do an MIB, we don't do a phone interview. It's all based on the answers provided by your client. You'll see on the questions it's going to be 12 months. That's what the 12-month look back means. It could be within the past 12 months has this situation occurred or not. And as long as they answer no, like I said, the policy will be issued. In most states, you're going to notice that it's a guarantee issue period from age 64.5 to 65.5. It's a great opportunity for you and your clients, because during this time frame, you don't have to answer the health questions, the first 5 health questions that are on the application. So those folks that would ordinarily not qualify for the Advantage Plus product would be able to get this coverage automatically. The only states that do not offer guarantee issue, as you can see, is Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Now, the cancer rider is never a guarantee issue scenario. You always have to answer the health questions on the cancer rider. There's only 3 questions on the cancer rider, so those are simple questions. If in the last 5 years have you been diagnosed or treated for cancer, is the basic questions that are being asked there. Now keep in mind that the product does have a pre-existing condition language. So if it's typically in most states, it's a 6-month period prior to the policy effective date, and then which lasts 6 months after the policy effective date. Pre-X is also part of the folks that do get guaranteed issue. So if somebody was guaranteed issue and they saw a doctor the week before you saw the policy was issued, that's going to fall in within the pre-existing condition situation there. So if it's an accident, pre-existing is not an issue. Don't worry about it. It's just for more of illnesses is what the pre-existing condition language is all about. Now, on the from an issue ages perspective, like I mentioned at the beginning, age 40 to age 85 is the issue ages. Cancer rider is issuable up to age 85, and the ambulance rider is issuable up to age 80. Now, rates are based on issue age. They're not attained age. It's not an attained age product. So whatever the age was that the client took out the policy at, that cost is going to remain consistent going forward in the months and the years going forward. And the policy is also guaranteed renewable for life. So as long as your client continues to pay a premium, they'll be able to have the policy in force forever. Now, how to submit business to GTL? We have a few different ways that can happen. We have an agent portal, which is accessed by going to gtlic.com. That's where you can input the information on the web for your client, and then once you go through the process and then you get to almost to the point of submission, then you're going to want to call our voice verification service, and that voice verification service will ask your client a few questions, and then once that voice verification is completed, they hang up, and the voice verifier hangs up, and then you and your clients are still on the phone. You go ahead and hit submit, and then the policy will be issued within about 5 to 10 minutes. Or if you're out there and you're meeting with your clients face to face and you're still doing paper apps, which is great, go ahead and come back to the office, get a voided check from your client, and then scan it into the computer and attach it to an email to und@gtlic.com, and then send that into our underwriting area. Once we receive that email, you're going to get just a brief little thank you. That lets you know that we received it. If you don't have access to scanning, you can accept business by fax, and that fax number, as you see on the screen, is 847-699-8493. Keep in mind, when we talk about faxes, just in general, it doesn't matter if it's GTL or wherever you send to. I know I always thought that when it said OK at the end, that it was something that was going to be given to, that meant that it was also received by the recipient. That OK means it just left your machine. Doesn't mean that it got sent, that it was received by the recipient. So I would, because there's a black hole out there of faxes that have been lost and used at some certain points, then I would probably, within about 3 days after sending a fax, I just want to maybe double check on GT Link on making sure that the business is up on our system, so that this way everything can get processed properly. Now, if you do submit business electronically, you're going to want to send the business. We're going to want to get the voided check on the the email or the fax way. If you're doing it by the agent portal, we don't need a voided check, but we will do a draft upon the issuance of the policy. So the first month's premium will get drafted right, once the policy is approved. So it's a great way of being able to take care of that. And we don't need your actual paperwork that you completed if you sent it in electronically. Save that for your file. Now, for those of you that have done business, with the GTL in the past and written Advantage Plus, and you like these new riders that you're seeing on the screen that we talked about here, you can add these. You did not add them in the prior time you visit with your client. You can add them to your existing client's benefits now. And it's just this, by simply taking out a new application, only putting under the increasing amount that you're putting on, not what they already have, only what you're adding, and then answer the questions on the application, and then we'll add that onto their policy, no problem at all. Anytime you're adding or increasing benefits for your clients, it's going to be a first-year commission for you. So that's so it's a nice thing, because things do change, and clients may want to might want to add on that cancer rider this time where they might not have a couple years ago. So for those folks that are interested in a dental vision rider, we made it real simple for the existing policyholders. If you want to add that on, you got a couple ways to do this. You can contact our customer service area at 1-800-338-7452. And all the client needs to do is, when they call, say, my name is Mrs. Jones. Here's my policy number. I'd like to add the dental vision rider to my policy for the $800 annual maximum benefit, or the $1,200, or the $400, whatever the case may be. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add that on as a rider, and the next time that the draft is going to occur for her policy, it'll be effective as of that premium, as that draft date. Or if you're in front of your client and you like to kind of keep a little paper trail for you and your file on the client, we have a form that you can get from GTL here that's going to just say that here's the benefit amount. Have your client sign it, you sign it, and then you can email that into our underwriting area, and they'll be able to add that onto your client for your clients as well. So now we're going to take a look at some rate examples and some thoughts that I have regarding the benefit periods here. If you take a look at age 6, this is all age 65 rates here. So 3-day benefit period at $350 a daily benefit, $22.84 per month, which it's going to include the short stay rider, as I mentioned, as part of the base with the 3-day benefit period. It's going to be $22.84 a month. The 6-day benefit period, again, that includes a short stay rider at $250 a daily benefit, $22.58 a month. Now, if you were to look at our traditional 10-day benefit period at $250 per day, it would be $25.54 per month. By adding a short stay rider, that's only going to take the premium to $26.40 per month. Not very good at math, but I know that tells me it's less than $1 per month. So it's a very, very inexpensive benefit to add on the short stay rider at the 10-day benefit period. So with every single application, I would hope that you probably add that short stay benefit for your clients. And then also with the 21-day benefit period, as you can see, it's $250 of benefit. It's $38.49 per month, or $39.35 with a short stay. Now, the thing that I really want to point out here, I know a lot of folks are going to take a look at this and say, oh, great, there's a 6-day benefit period. The MA plans out there are 6-7 days. You know, the average hospital stays, you know, for seniors are 5.6 days, according to CDC. So a 6-day benefit period is awesome. That's what's going to, you know, that's all we need to go with. But I want you to take a look at, you know, a 6-day benefit period at $22.58 per month, or taking a look at a 10-day benefit period at $26.40 per month. For a little less than $4 per month more, your clients, you're going to be able to give your clients some more options, and also be able to give them access to more benefit. So that little less than $4 per month is going to give them $1,000 more benefit per benefit period, right? And why is that important? Because first of all, a couple things. At some point in the future, the MA plan may change. You know, now it might be a 6-day copay. In the future, it may go up to 7 or 8, 9 days. So by having a 10-day benefit period, you're giving yourself a good amount of cushion to be able to take care of those kind of changes that occur with, you know, with the Medicare Advantage plans. But also, we have found, because of data mining again, been doing this again since 2005, you know, we have noticed that 25% of the folks, after they get discharged, are readmitted within 60 days of being confined, within 60 days. They get readmitted into the hospital. So by having additional days available, the clients had access to additional dollars per day that they were in the hospital, up at least to satisfy, to get up to the full benefit period, which if they only had a 6-day benefit period, they wouldn't have access to any additional dollars. So that small amount of dollars, less than $4 a month, I think would pay big, big dividends for your clients at, you know, at the end, and also, again, keep them happy. Now we're going to take a look at some rates here, you know, kind of how to put the plan together for your clients. Again, the numbers are no different than we just saw on the prior screen, but here's the ambulance rider at $200 benefit, 4 times per year, $4.20 per month. This is something that should be automatically added on to every single application that you guys submit. A small price, $4.20 to get access to $200 of benefit 4 times per year. Very, very affordable for your clients. Now, I know I mentioned earlier that in the ideal world that, you know, a $10,000 cancer benefit would be great for your clients, but, you know, I'm going to be a realist here. You know, probably a $5,000 benefit, you know, as well, from a budgetary perspective, most clients are going to want to, you know, stick with. So if you did a $5,000 with recurrence benefit, it's going to cost your client $18.38 a month, which brings your total premium up to $48.98 a month. This still keeps it very affordable for your client. You got to remember, most folks that had, you know, that have an MA or are coming, you know, had health insurance that they were paying more than $48 a month for. They were paying, you know, $150, $200, $300 a month. So to be able to save them from that health insurance premium, to bring them down to 0 premium MA or a low premium MA and add on a $48 premium is not unheard of, and it's a very reasonable request to help them take care of that out-of-pocket exposure that they're going to have. You know, so if you took a look at the skilled nursing at, you know, at $150 daily benefit level, it's $17.22 a month. If you wanted to combine all this together, it'd be $66.20 at the 10-day benefit period level, or $62 at the 6-day benefit period level. This at $66 at age 65, still very, very affordable for clients and makes a ton of sense for them. If you want to choose between skilled nursing and cancer, whichever one you're more comfortable with, you know, play around with it. You can get it back down to $48. I know I mentioned dental vision earlier. Well, if you're wondering what that would cost at age 65, dental vision at $800 annual benefit would be $32.26 per month. So keep in mind, though, when we talk about dental vision, your dental vision rider pays the same commission rate as what you're getting paid on the Advantage Plus. You know, so from what I can understand, most folks that'd be a pay increase. So definitely definitely take a look at the dental vision rider from not just for your it won't just benefit just your clients. It's going to benefit you yourself in your commission statements. This is something that I think is really helpful in understanding the power of the hospital indemnity plan. I'm assuming that I'm going to have a copay of ambulance, my MA of a $200 copay, and my hospital copay is $250. So if I were to take the ambulance to the hospital and only be in the hospital for 1 day, I'm going to be out of pocket with my MA plan at $450. If I were just to protect just those two components only on the Advantage Plus plan, the cost for that on an annual premium basis would be $377.75. So the client, if they went in the hospital by taking the ambulance and being there for 1 day, would come out ahead by having the Advantage Plus. And and not to mention the fact that they're going to have the additional days available to them if they were in there for longer than 1 day. So there'd be end up being a great deal for the clients. Now, one thing I do like to recommend to folks too is, in addition to the 10-day benefit period, I think makes a lot of sense in terms of changes. I think benefit period also, benefit amounts make a lot of sense in terms of don't just match that up to what their copay is today. Try to offer your clients an additional, $30 to $50 additional a day. So even if your client had, the 450 out-of-pocket exposure, but if let's say you offered them the $300 a day, type of benefit with the ambulance rider, that's going to cost the client $443.30 a year. So that's going to, in that scenario, that could almost be a wash. But you're looking at, you're going to get the additional $50 more, so it's going to be, it's definitely be a wash, and it makes more benefits to your clients available, so they can use for other types of copays, or if things do change in the given future years, that they're not going to have to worry about trying to requalify to be able to get additional coverage. I guess we're coming up to one of my favorite slides. This is one of Dimitri's random thought slides. To be number one, you kind of have to be odd. And what does that mean by that? I mean by that is that most folks out there, I hate to say it, is they go, they look at they talk to clients about Medicare Advantage, and then they walk out the door and go on to the next person, talk about Medicare Advantage, walk out the door. The folks that are successful are going to be able to talk about their Medicare Advantage plan and the hospital indemnity plan at the same time, to be able to offer the complete coverage to the client. It's going to be a lot easier than you think it is. Like I said at the beginning, as you're talking about various copays that are going to get the client to the max out of pocket, just let them know that you're going to help them protect that when you're done talking about the MA plan. And if you don't present this 100% of the time, you're going to get zero, right? But if you do present this 100% of the time, and you get a 50 to 60% conversion rate in terms of sales, that's going to be a tremendous amount of success for you. If you're not sure what that means for you, when we're done with the call today, give a call over to MAS. They'll help you work out the numbers on what it would cost and what you would make, from selling an Advantage Plus product with every one of your MA plans out there. And a lot of folks, when you're talking to them, you might call them up and say, hey, you know what, this is Dimitri. I'd like to talk to you about your health plan. They say, you know what, I'm already all set with my MA. I'm doing great. The next question you should probably ask them is, do they have any protection for their copays? So don't ever think that the other agent out there that's running the MA is taking care of their copays, because the chances are that they're probably not. So even if you might not be able to get the MA, you may still be able to get a client, because you might be able to take care of their copays and do just as well as if you just wrote the MA. So there's a couple of random thoughts there by me on this one. And another maybe sales opportunity or way to present to your clients would be, maybe if we did the good, better, best approach. Make up what you want in terms of what you think is good, better, best. But I can tell you the average premium that we receive here at GTL is at $500 annualized premium. So that's right around the best number. So if you take a look at, you can do $250 per day, 10-day benefit period, short stay rider, $26. You do better, you add an ambulance rider. You do best, you add the cancer benefit. Most times than not, what are they going to do? When they look at the good, better, best approach, they're either going to choose better or best. You know, inherently people don't want to just be good. They want to be better or best. You know, so that three option approach could be, you know, could be a very good option or a good way of presenting what they want, or, you know, what they want to be able to have as coverage. Another big positive about the Advantage Plus is that you're going to be able to get paid as, you know, all year long and for in 2015. So if you're writing applications of the Advantage Plus during AP, you know, submit the applications by Wednesday of a given week. We'll have them issued by the following Wednesday. You'll get paid that next Friday. So you'll be able to have income coming in, and the product is available all year long to sell. There's no time frame to be able to sell this. So every time you're talking to a client that's aging into Medicare and you're offering them an MA plan, or they have a need to be creative about the hospital indemnity, how to use it, you know, you can definitely be using this product all year long. So the final thought, the final thought is, who is the expert? You know, I guess you guys know this answer. You guys are. You guys are the ones that are sitting out, you know, doing the certification, sitting through, you know, going through these trainings here, you know, taking the time to get licensed and spending time in, you know, and honing your craft. You know, just make sure you are the one that are offering your clients the needs that, you know, that they have to have met. So with that, we're gonna go on and let you know about GTL's contact. You know, in addition to what Medicare Advantage Specialist does, you know, we're support for them. We're support for you. We're here to help everyone. You know, if you ever have any questions, you know, you can contact our sales support area at 800-323-6907. You can they'll send out supplies to you. You can, you know, if you have any product questions, be happy to answer those for you. They're here Monday through Thursday from 7 to 5 Central, or 8 to 12 on Fridays. Our website, a wealth of information, just as MAS's is. You can access our website at gtlic.com. You can get commission statements, get our quoting software off of the website. You can also get access to our agent portal, which is our online application process. You know, so our website's a great thing to have set as a favorite in your toolbar for your internet. Now, another number that's very important is that the new business number. The reason why I want you to have the new business number is that your clients are going to put you, you know, tell you some kind of condition that you're not familiar with. You're not sure where this falls in the scope of the question. Feel free to contact our underwriter and ask our underwriters, you know, where does this fall in the scope of the question, and they'll be able to at least help you answer, be able to provide a correct answer on the application. So the new business number there is 800-635-1993. Customer service is a great number also to have, because, you know, if your client's going to want to file a claim, they're going to need to contact our customer service at 800-338-7452, and you know, they'll also be able to maybe do address changes, you know, little maintenance type stuff like that, or get policy copies, you know, that you can do those type of things with customer service. MAS is some basic information for Medicare Advantage Specialists. Product questions or contracting, feel free to contact them at 800-480-9857. The website is MedicareAdvantageSpecialists.com. And I guess with that being said, I want to thank you guys for the time coming on to the webinar today. But I'm going to pass it over to James again here to go on to wrap us up.
All right,
hey,
thank you, Dimitri. Go ahead. I'm
Dimitri,
sorry.
we do have a question that's on the toolbar there. So let me just go back to this. If a client has the 6-day benefit and enters the hospital for 3 days and then re-enters the hospital for 3 more days, 30 days later, will the last 3 days be covered?
Yes.
Yes.
It will be, because it will be.
Okay. All right. That's the only question that we've got there.
Okay, great.
So James, I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right. Thank you, Dimitri. Good job as always. We appreciate you taking the time to do that. Guys, this is an incredible product and incredible opportunity for you. And as Dimitri said, and I'll reiterate this now, this is something that you can sell year-round. And if you're taking the time to contract and go through the training, why not? It's an incredible opportunity for you and your client, and I hope that you'll take it to heart, and more importantly than that, put it into practice, because the more you present it, the more you'll see that it works, and it will become second nature to you, especially you guys that sell MA. Just make it part of your MA presentation, and you will see your income grow, you'll see your clients happier, and you'll retain that client, and that's what it's all about. So I hope you pay close attention to those things today. Also, I want to close out by sharing a few things about MAS, and the good question that's always asked is, why choose us? Why choose MAS to partner with and work with? Well, there are several reasons why, and there's 3 on the screen here right now. One we pride ourselves in is superior service, support, and training. And here's why. Our management team here, all of us have field experience. So in other words, we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. Everybody here has been there, done that, so we all have field experience and would love to be a part of helping you grow your business. The second thing, too, underneath that is this, is we take great pride in our relationships with agents and with our carriers. And I like saying this at this point because it means something to us. When we say we take pride in our relationships with agents, we take that to heart. A contract is just a contract, but once you receive a contract, fill it out, get it all turned into MAS, we take it to the carrier. There's a lot of steps that go into place, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, et cetera, et cetera. So it's about a relationship. We can get contracts all day long. What we want is somebody that, A, loves to do what you're doing, contracts with purpose, not just to have another contract, but contract with purpose. What are you going to do with this specific contract? Well, we care about that, so we want to build a relationship with you so that we can talk about those things. How can you increase your sales by adding this product? We take great pride in our relationship with our carriers like GTL and Dimitri, for example. We've teamed up on this webinar today. So we take great pride in relationships, period. Marketing strategies and assistance. Our marketing efforts, we feel, create numerous opportunities for our agents through lead programs, the agency builder program, fast starts, and other incentive programs that we'll talk about in just a moment. Bottom line, your success is based on us, and our success is based on you. Those are a few reasons to choose MAS, and we certainly love to have you guys on board if you're not already. I'm having difficulty getting my screen to change here. Let's see if I can get it done this way. Okay, here we go. Here's some of our marketing strategies and assistance that we can offer you guys. Our managers here are eager to work with with producers rather, to help you grow your business. And how do we do that? Take a look at this. We can provide a market analysis of products available in your area to assist you in developing a strategic marketing plan for your business. Let me ask you a question at this point. Do you have a marketing plan for your business? If so, are you executing that plan? We can provide an analysis of products that are available that will actually work in your market, find your niche, help you be successful as you move forward. We want you to wake up every day excited about what you're doing, have a plan put in place, work your plan, and watch your business grow. And we can do that because we're always up to date on the latest products, carriers, lead programs, services as they become available. So guys, we're here to help you grow your business. We're available, as I said a moment ago, to provide field support, marketing supplies, certification information, carrier appointments, and service issues. We love to, this other bullet point down here, to mentor new agents. I don't know how long most of you guys have been in the business. It doesn't matter if you've been in it for 1 month or you've been in it for 20 years. We love to mentor new agents because, as you know, those of you that have been in the business for quite some time, hey, the market changes. Strategies have to change. Products change. Generation changes. We love to mentor our new agents and help them find their niche, get put in the right place, start making some good money, take care of some great people. So mentoring agents, new agents in particular, is something that we feel that we're good at, and we would love to give you an opportunity to grow your business, and we'd love for you to give us an opportunity to show you what we can do to help you just do that. So bottom line, our goal again, is to help you grow your business. If you're stagnant, you're just sitting there, or you've been in some kind of a lull, or you're going through some kind of downtime, reach out. Give us a call. Let's talk about it. Let's put our heads together and see if we can get you moving forward in the right direction, because that's why you got into the business in the first place. A lot of people ask about our agency builder program. We want to help you do that. So what you're seeing come up on your screen now is just a few bullet points about this program. Let me share it with you briefly, just for a moment. The agency builder program is designed to help an agent do just that, build an agency. No, you don't have to have a building. You don't have to have an office outside of your home. You just simply need people, right? And we want to help you do that. So how we do it is we run what we call our auto dialer to call agent recruitment lists. The auto dialer will give the agents answering the call the option to press 1 to speak to a live rep. That will be you. If they press 1, the call will be connected to you, the agent, trying to build your agency and give you an opportunity to recruit the agent. If they do not answer, an agent doesn't answer, a voicemail will be left of a recording that the recruiting agent records, or if you're not comfortable doing that or really don't know what to do, we can record one for you. We have had several agents over the years give this a shot, and we've seen them actually grow a business. And it takes sometimes more than one time to do it, because we, especially those of us marketing managers here, know exactly what this is like. We do it every single day with recruiting lists, calling to recruit agents across the country. We have agents in 45 states. We're directly contracted with 55 or so different carriers. We have the opportunity to do that, so we have experience in what we would call cold calling on the phone to recruit an agent. So we'll help you. If you're producing and you want to grow, we'll be more than happy to help you do just the same. So we'll help you with the call. We'll help you close the deal. If you get somebody on the hook and you think they're interested and they're showing some interest in joining up with you, tell them to reach out to us, or you can reach out to us, give us their name and number. We'll be glad to call and close the deal, so to speak, for you, and we'll slide them right up under you with whatever carriers that you guys might have. And it's an exciting thing to see, because to watch an agent come in and grow a business by adding agents, you receive overrides, you build great relationships, and you too get the chance to actually mentor agents that come on board with you. So if that's an interest to you to build an agency, after the call this morning, reach out, let us know, and we'll be more than happy to help you do that. And of course, if you're not contracted with GTL and you learned a lot today, you got excited about the product today, definitely reach out to us. We'll get you contracted today. And quite honestly, GTL is one of the quicker carriers to give you a writing number, get supplies in your hand, and get you out the door and ready to get up and running. So don't forget to do those things as well. We do have lead programs. Rather than going into all the different aspects of that, if you're interested in that and you want to know how we do it, the Elite Agent Lead Program, we'd love to go over that with you. We also have 100 free names, a totally different idea, but a good one. We can show you how to take these names and turn them into production. We also have a fast start program that's been very successful. I mean, ask yourself the question, who wouldn't love to get money in the mail just for writing your first piece of business? And I'm not talking about commission dollars from GTL or any other carrier. We're talking about direct dollars from MAS. If you'd like more information about that, feel free to contact our marketing team today. We'll be happy to go over all of these programs with you. They're on our website. Sometimes you can go on there and you go, wonder what that is. Give us a call. We'd love to go over that with you and share with you how all these things tie together and work for your benefit. Another I like to call it this prescription drug card. A lot of agents will use this prescription drug card as a door opener for prospecting. It's a value add. It's a simple value add for your existing clients. Why is that? There's an average of 30% savings on prescription drugs. Yes, even if you have insurance already, this card can do even more. It's offered through new benefits. There's discounts available for dental, for vision, hearing, and even vitamins. And just to throw a personal testimony in here about this particular prescription drug card, not too long ago I got high blood pressure issues were going on. Anyway, went to the doctor, got prescribed a couple of medications for high blood pressure. I think it was the second time that my wife and I went into the pharmacy in Target. I threw this little card up there with my insurance card, and little did I know that one of the prescriptions actually came down by $43 or so, and we were both pleased by that, obviously. So does the prescription drug card work? Yes, it does. Does it work for every medication? No, it doesn't, but you never know until you just give it a shot. This is a great tool, guys. One of the things that I think a lot of our agents across the country are missing out on. It's an easy contract. It's one piece of paper, and we can show you exactly how to market that and get yourself in the door for even more opportunities. So make sure you give us a call. To close out again, why choose MAS? Bottom line is we are here to serve you. You see, we understand that our long-term success will define itself based on your success as an agent or as a carrier. MAS is committed to exceeding our clients' expectations in every interaction and helping you achieve the same level of service with your customers. Agent support, that's our primary goal. We provide every tool we can to assist you in your efforts to identify, to inform, and here's the key thing, close and follow up or follow your sales process. If you don't have a sales process and you go, what does that even mean? Call us. We'd love to help you. In practical terms, our marketing team works arm in arm with you to deliver print media, internet, direct mail, and other marketing tools, keeping your pipeline moving, and that's the key thing. We have one of the most experienced support teams in our industry, and we'd certainly love to have you on board. So reach out today, give us an opportunity to show us not only who we are, but what we can actually do. And you say, how can you get started today? It's a very simple process. Dimitri's already mentioned it, but you can always call this number here, 1-800-480-9857. Again, 1-800-480-9857, or you can visit our website at MedicareAdvantageSpecialist.com and reach out in that manner as well. Let me leave you with a quote today and a couple of thoughts, and that is this by Will Rogers. Even if you're on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. Unfortunately, a lot of agents are just sitting there waiting on something. Guys, get up and do something with what you have. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall. We'll help you dust off, get back on your feet, and get going. So take the opportunity that's been given to you today. If you haven't already gotten GTL, reach out to one of our marketing managers today and let us know you want that contract. We'd love to give it to you today. It's a simple contract to complete. You just simply fill it out, get it back to us, and our contracting department will take it from there, and we'll get you up and running as quickly as possible. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for your time this morning. We know you're busy. Hopefully finished up with all your certifications and all of those good things and already out there writing business. So with that being said, Shannon, is there any more questions before we close out?
No, there's not.
All right, guys, thank you so much for your time today. Hope everybody has a wonderful, successful day today. And again, Dimitri, thank you for your time and for what you shared with us today. Have a great day, everybody.